country sitting on the edge of Europe is Macedonia. It has attracted many foreign investors as a springboard into Europe, and of course it could use more investment going forward. Let's take a look at what I'm talking about here and put Macedonia in the context of the European Union. It still has European aspirations, as we'll find out in just a moment. The snapshot is it's only a population of 2 million people, and the biggest challenge right now is dealing with unemployment. 1 out of 3 are unemployed, 31.4%. That's why they put a premium on foreign direct investment. The country, as I noted here, is not part of the European Union, but its aspirations are to be one. It's a candidate for EU membership, and we'll find out in our interview that's coming up, that's still not sliding off the agenda, even though the European Union is going through a crisis right now. FDI and growth projections going forward, foreign direct investment accounted for more than 4% of GDP last year. The IMF predicts that will drop, however, because of the Eurozone crisis and the desire to leap into that market, just over 2.5% as Europe struggles to recover from that debt crisis I've been talking about. The IMF also projects growth of 2% this year and saying it will hit up to 3.2% in 2013 or next year. Macedonia is trying to attract more FDI, which peaked at 8.5% of GDP in 2007, just before the global crisis set in 5 years on. And the question is, what impact is today's Euro crisis having on Macedonia? I put that to the Prime Minister, Nikola Gruevski, when I was in St. Petersburg with him over the weekend.
We have some problems because of the Greek debt crisis, but not so strong like the problems that are coming from the recession in Europe, European Union.
Particularly the Eurozone overall.
Because 60% of our export is going to European Union. And 30% is going in the surrounding countries which are not part of EU, but they are also connected to EU. So more or less, directly or indirectly, 90% of our export is going to European Union, and on some way we are very dependent from the situation, economic situation in European Union.
How concerned are you still about Greece? We went through this round of forming a coalition, but it doesn't seem a permanent solution to Greece. It's your southern neighbor, and it's in a depression. I mean, it's had to spill over to you.
This crisis in Greece started several years ago. In the beginning, our companies lost some agreements with Greek companies for trading, selling, exporting. Step by step, very soon our companies find some compensation, making agreements with another companies for another country. So more or less now we stabilize these problems, and Greece debt crisis is a bigger problem for us from the perspective of European recession, not so much from the perspective of neighborhood trading or something like that.
Do you still feel it's very important to join the European Union during this period of time, looking at how slow the growth is and how difficult the decision-making is? You still have EU aspirations as a leader.
We have EU aspirations. That's important for the countries on the Balkan Peninsula. The countries which in the past had a lot of problems now are stabilized, and to have some perspective of long-term stability. That will be very good. All countries in the Balkan Peninsula to become members of European Union.
It's interesting. You've been able to garner up to 6% of GDP in foreign direct investment. That's come down because of the Eurozone slowdown. Are you looking further east, like here in Russia and even into China, to attract your next round of foreign direct investment?
Of course, in these difficult times for European Union and European Monetary Zone, we are trying to attract more investors from another continents and parts of the world which are not affected from the crisis so much, or are not completely affected. We recently visited China, presented our investment opportunities to many Chinese companies. We visited India, and we did the same. We came now to Russia. We are 4 days here. Going to 4 different regions in Russia, meeting more than 230 companies and presenting to them what are the advantages of Macedonia as a location for making business in Europe. And there are a lot of advantages.
In terms of getting your next round of growth to bring down your unemployment rate, I would imagine as Prime Minister you must find this the most frustrating because your foreign direct investment and the percentage of GDP is high. Your growth was 3% last year, coming down a little bit this year. But first and foremost, I would imagine you have to employ these people, and there's no kind of magic wand to do so. What's the next priority?
That's why we are going to many destinations, making presentation and giving very good conditions for the investors. Macedonia is a country which is offering the lowest cost for doing business in Europe. No any other European country has lower cost for doing business.
Once again, Nikola Gruevski, the Prime Minister of Macedonia, talking with me there at St. Petersburg at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum over the weekend as he was trying to push the wares of Macedonia in Russia and in China to boost growth and bring down unemployment.